Hello, guys. Welcome to this broadcast. Whether you're watching me live or on a replay version, I'm so glad you're here. Just want to come to you for a couple of minutes here today, connect with you, answer any questions you may have since you have me here. Any questions you might have about training, nutrition, maybe some man formation, personal development, so you want to get more motivated. That mindset that I always talk about. This is the time to ask me any questions. Tell me where you're from. Maybe that's what we can do here today. Just tell me where you're from. I want to know. I want to know what you're getting out of these live broadcasts. What I can do to serve you even better. You can tell I'm really passionate. I'd say I'm crazy passionate about doing whatever I can to help you go through the journey. I've been in your shoes. I'm continuing to go along similar journeys, and I want to help you get to that next level. All right, so let's see. So when you come onto this broadcast, I know I'm just popping in here. Tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're watching me from. Tell me what you're loving about it. I want to say hello. Hello, Ferd from Malaysia. Ferd, are you, that name is new. Are you new joining my broadcast? Or have you been a lurker? You've been watching my videos and maybe reading my blog posts, but now you're just saying hello for the first time? Let me know. Good to have you here, whether you're new or you've been here for a while. Ferd from Malaysia. Hello, Bibo. How are you doing? So where are you from, Bibo? Good to have you here. Caesar. Now, Caesar, hola, Caesar from Southern California. He's been on my live broadcast way back from the Walk and Talk days. Isn't that right, Caesar? Good to have you here. Iman, good to have you here. Hi, how you doing? Let's see, guys. Hey, make sure that you set your notifications so anytime I go live, as you may know, if you've been watching these broadcasts, I go live very early in the morning, at least here on the West Coast, in California, USA, where I am, Northern California. Come to you very early in the morning from the gym, because that's the only time I can film in the gym is when there's nobody there. That awesome gym that I train in, they allow me to come to you and broadcast my workouts and my training, my message to you all around the world, but I have to do it before the gym opens. So that's before 5 a.m. on the weekdays and 6 a.m. on the weekend. So I come to you very early, and then when I come to you at different times throughout the day, it's not so predictable, and we live in all different time zones, all different times of the day. So make sure that you set your notifications. Like today, I let you know that I'm going live. I did that about 10 minutes ago or so, and you may, I don't know how much you're on these social media platforms, but Facebook, they really changed how your videos, your blog posts, your pictures are all viewed, right? It's really changed a lot. And so when I posted that I'm going live in less than 10 minutes, join me, it was actually seen by 9 people. All right, that's how this is now. So there's 500,000 people on the Skip LaCour page on Facebook, and only 9 people got to see my post. So set your notifications if you want to join me live and you want to know when I go live. You should actually get this page. If you're loving this information, this inspiration, make sure that you bookmark it, you put it first on your feed so it shows up first. And then you won't miss anything as I come to you all different times of the day. So make sure that you do that. See, James, how are you, James? You know, James, I just saw that the Anaheim Natural Fit, the Natural Expo is this weekend in Anaheim. And that's where I met you, James. What was it, like 7 years ago, right? 7 years ago I met you this time at that Anaheim Convention Center. And that's, isn't that right, James? Do you live in Anaheim? Caesar does, I know that. Yes. Right? So, hey, happy anniversary since we met each other. That was 2011, so 7 years ago, James. No, I'm not going to be there this year, James. So this is the best we're going to do virtually here. Hello, Kevin. Good. I'm glad I caught you at a good time. You live in San Diego, James? Good to have you here. All right. Hey, tell me something. What are you loving, about these broadcasts? I want to do more of that. What do you want to see more of? I just got off the phone. I talked with Tom in Iowa, and Tom was a fast mover. You may know by this time I make myself available to talk to you. Some of you I've talked to on the phone. Caesar, I don't know if we've talked on the phone, but I've talked to James and Kevin. We've actually talked. I make myself available. This is what I really enjoy. I love, obviously, coming to you live with all my live broadcasts, but I really love the actual interaction. Right? If you guys know a lot about me, I was on the road, giving my time and energy to you. Maybe I've actually met you on the road over the last 20 years being a bodybuilder, right? And my whole life now is all about family. So I'm here in my home. I've got 3 bedrooms that are my offices and studios and podcast room. And, I make it my goal to be here for my family, to still make my impact, to help you out in any way I can, go for my ambitious goals and dreams, and never leave my house. At the same time, I was just talking to Tom from Iowa. He's a family man. That's what I'm putting all my energy into these days. And I told him, I bet less than 5 times since my daughter was born 4.5 years ago that she has not fallen asleep on my lap at 8 o'clock at night. And my son is 3 years and a couple months. And that's the ritual, that every night in the rocking chair they fall asleep on my lap. And there probably isn't more than 5 times where they haven't done that in their entire life. All right. If you've read enough of my story, and you can go to skiplacour.com/book, there's one thing I always tell you guys is that when you see somebody who's just maniacal, crazy, passionate, driven, that they're willing to dot every I, cross every T, be more tenacious, more resourceful, more gritty. They are consistent. They get themselves to do something, and that's so amazing. A lot of times, that isn't primarily because they want to go reach some amazing, awesome, warm feelings. Many times what got them to that point where they're so great at what they do is really out of pain, whether they realize it or not. And that's certainly my story. You can go to skiplacour.com/book, and you can get a glimpse of why I'm so determined to come to you and share my passion. I'll just make your life a little bit easier. Again, if I haven't said it 82 million times, to help you become your best both inside and outside of the gym. I want to help you get those muscles, those ripped abs. But I also know, as your big brother, as your father figure, that there are other emotions that you believe that this working out will give you. I want to give you those abs. I want to give you those muscles. I want to give you those emotions and a lot more. And you can really understand why people are so driven. And so anyway, so I do whatever I can to never leave my home so I can be home for my family and at the same time come to you. The point that I'm trying to make, though, is that I love the actual interaction, right? I mean, this is great. You guys tell me where you're from, and, I can have a somewhat conversation with James and Caesar and Kevin. That's great, but I love talking on the phone because it fulfills a couple of these crazy goals that I have that I'm so driven to crack the code and make happen. So I still want to connect with you, and so I talked to Tom on the phone, and Tom was a fast mover. Some of you guys, you guys email me back, force direct message me, and you say, Skip, I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to take advantage of the 15 manformation steps that you're giving away for free, your best life lessons. I'm going to take you up on that manformation course, that 11-hour course, the mindset and actions of a powerful alpha male leader. I'm going to call you. I saw that last weekend. You made yourself available for 10 or 15-minute calls. I'm going to call you. It's just that I got to get my stuff together. And you know what? If that's you, I know what you're thinking. I respect the fact that you want to respect my time. But I'll tell you, I'm here to help you get your stuff together faster. Right? I've had men who have been coaching with me for years, and they waited like a year before they actually picked up the phone to inquire about coaching. Right? So it took them a year to get their stuff together, and then they realized, man, they should have jumped on it early. They can't get that time back. So I appreciate the fact that you want to respect my time, but I hope I'm letting you know I love connecting with you just as much as you may want the help. So take me up on that. But Tom was a fast mover because so I talked to him, just got off the phone with him before I went live here. And he isn't like most of you guys. You guys have known me for my bodybuilding days. You followed me when maybe you were in that phase of, eating every couple hours. All you thought about was training. Now you have a more in life. Still into fitness, but maybe you're not dedicating all that willpower, focus, time and energy into your working out. Maybe you're more like me. But you know me for like 20 years. Tom just knew me for less than 24 hours. He listened to this last week's Manformation podcast that I do very early morning at 5 o'clock every Sunday, and then I post it that day. So he was on iTunes, and he got this course that I'm going to tell you about if you don't know about, and that's my Manformation course, The Mindset and Actions of a Powerful Alpha Male Leader. I was so moved by the way he filled out the questionnaire that I reached out to him, and we talked for, about 20 minutes yesterday, and we talked for another hour. I just got off the phone with him. And he was a fast mover, just 24 hours. That 145-minute podcast really moved him to reach out. And I know that he was glad that he did. So if you're one of these guys who's been following me for years and you're waiting for the perfect time, you got to be like Tom. I mean, he just took action. He just had a 24-hour relationship with me, and he took me up on that. So I want you guys I can help you. I know what you're thinking. I appreciate the fact that you want to respect my time, but it's one thing in life. You got to understand why people do the thing they do. They do it for other reasons that make them happy, and they want you to take them up on their offers, right? Even though you don't understand why, that doesn't drive you. They're creating a situation that they want to do. It makes them feel great, even though you don't understand that. You're not wired that way. So as I give you all these free offers, whether it's my courses or members-only website or making myself available to call you, take me up on it. I mean, obviously it makes me feel really good to do that. All right, let's see here. Get some of these comments. I see like 20 comments here. I want to make sure I connect with you guys. All right, James Caesar. All right, let's see here, guys. All right, I'm going to get to my message here really quick. Let me just acknowledge everybody here. James, Kevin, Iman, Gianmarco, Bebo, Adele, Vika, Ferd from Malaysia, Caesar, and Brian. Good to have you gentlemen here. So glad you're here. And I'm only seeing some of the comments, so I will look over the comments when I log off, and I'll make sure I acknowledge you guys. All right. So James says, consistency and just your motivation talks I like a lot. I'm glad you're getting the bigger picture in all this, James. I'll tell you, one thing as I expand, obviously I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience that I could just say to you. And there's a whole art form in being a leader and being a coach and being someone who can break through and influence a person to call upon their power and get to the next level. It's a lot more than just knowledge. And that's where I continually take my skills or work to take my skills to higher and higher levels. And so one thing is there's a way of communicating. It's called pacing and leading. All right, let me just tell you. So this is something that I've known for years, and I use as I plan my broadcasts. And maybe this is something that can be helpful for you, is that so you have these great ideas and opinions, and you have this experience that can get somebody into pleasure, what they really want, and take them out of pain, what they're trying to avoid, and they just can't crack the code. But you've cracked the code. You've got great information. You're a force for good. You want to help these people. But they're stuck in their certain ways of thinking, and that's very common. When we can't figure things out, sometimes we'll compromise what we really want for the sense of control in the moment. Even though it's not working, it's predictable. There's that saying that the devil we do know is sometimes a better place to be than dealing with the devil we don't know. So if you have this idea that's kind of rocks their sense of certainty, the way they understand it, they may want to just stick to what they're doing even though it's not working. And so your job as a leader, as a great communicator, you got to take responsibility for both sides of the conversation. And so it's important that you step into their world and gently, not yank them out of their sense of control to something new, ideas. Right? It's not about you if you sincerely want to help them. So it's called pacing and leading, and that's one thing that, as you may see, that I've been really working on with you to help you get what you want. And so that's, as I've been lean and tan, things that, I love doing it, it's part of me. But I know that's what you guys see. You guys want to see the muscles. You want the training strategy. You believe at some level that's going to take your life to the next level. That body, those muscles, those abs, the sense of control, whatever it is you want, I want to give that to you. And so I'm stepping into your world, giving you the training strategies, showing the muscle shots at 55 years old, because I know that's what you want to see. That's what you're impressed with. I got it. I'll show it to you. And then the thing is when I've given you what you want, being your big brother, maybe your father figure, someone who's been down that road chasing the same things, I want to help you get the things that I was able to get and a lot more. And I want to lead you to maybe a bigger picture that only your big brother, Skip, because he knows what you're thinking. I've been down the road. I felt your things. I've achieved the goals that you want. I know what the next step is. I want to get you there sooner. I want to get you to your big goals in life faster. It may not happen in the segments the way you're thinking, but I want to give you those segments. So I'm always doing this balance act, and the reason why I'm saying that, James, is you appreciate the messages that I'm giving you. Because if you've been watching these broadcasts, some guy's going, less talking, more muscles, take off your shirt, show me your biceps. And I want to do that too. And as your coach, as your big brother, as your friend, as the buff dad you never had, kind of know where you're going and help you get there faster. Right? So, so I appreciate that. I'm glad you're getting it. And I'm glad I also can give you the muscle shots and the training strategies at the same time. A couple of things. Now, James, this might appeal to you. I've got this special place in my heart, and I've been thinking about this for a very long time, and it's like my personal journey. See, I consider myself into fitness what I call a heavily decorated, right? In fitness, I have the muscles, the abs, the pictures, the articles, the recognition from what I did as a bodybuilder, the knowledge, the credentials, the trophies, everything that comes with it. Highly decorated fitness. Now I am not a fitness professional, right? That's something that's different. I don't make my living. I just give you all this fitness information, right? I don't make my living selling or trading fitness information. That's what my coaching is. And for professionals, businessmen, usually about 40 or 50, this accountability, that's what Tom's on the phone. That's what I've helped Kevin with over the last year. Professionals, businessmen, guys who have a lot going on and they want more, right? I wondered, Kevin, have we ever even talked about fitness, right? So that's how I provide value to the world, just to let you know. And it's very popular for men in their 40s and 50s. They're no longer thinking that if they just keep on doing the same thing, all those big, huge goals they have in life, they're just going to happen. Maybe we get ourselves to think that when we're 20, 25, 30, and we just think if we just keep on doing what we're doing, then it's all going to come together. I hope that's true. Many times it's not. So when guys get to be about 40 or 50, that's when they come to me for that accountability, that insight, that perspective to drive them to become more and now. Right? They're not going to leave it up to chance. And so we talk about life goals, success, fulfillment, happiness, the total package. So that's how I earn my living, right? Guys like Kevin, 40, 50-year-old men, or I've got guys who are younger, but they're really driven, they're really mature, right? So I'm not a fitness professional, but to get to this point, I went through a hardcore, heavily decorated, highly decorated fitness person, right? And so a lot of my contemporaries that I competed with, that I'm friends with, whether we spent time together or just through the internet, they competed and they're really into it. Like I was, they make their living from fitness. Maybe they're still personal trainers or whatever it is. Again, these highly decorated fitness professionals. And I'll just tell you this, a lot of times you'll hear them complain at the internet, so I want to know if you're one of these highly decorated fitness professionals, right? Heavily decorated, highly decorated fitness professionals, right? And you'll hear this on the internet. They see these guys who only been training a couple of years. They don't have the body. They're not ripped. They don't even have a lot of personal training certificates. They don't even have any time in the business. They're kind of new to this whole thing. Their body shows it. Their level of knowledge shows it. Some of them have never even competed in a contest, let alone be a champion like these heavily decorated, highly decorated, very accomplished fitness professionals. And so you'll see them post on the internet how frustrating it is that it seems like all the good stuff is going to those guys, right? And I know what that's like, right? And so I am creating this 2-hour audio recording, and it's for us highly decorated, heavily decorated, very accomplished fitness professionals, because there is a reason why we are so accomplished. And I want you to at least entertain. It's the same reason why you may be a little challenged to get all the great stuff in life, right? You change lives, you have plenty of it, you know you're great at what you do. Why are these less qualified, far less decorated, far less accomplished fitness professionals, why do they seem they're doing so well? There's a certain mindset. For the last 14 years I've worked my way through to get to where I am now. I want to share that mindset with you, highly decorated fitness professionals. I want to give you this 2-hour audio course. It's just going to be a total mind shift. It's going to be a game changer, because you know this already. You should be getting more out of this. And you see these guys who don't have the body, they haven't changed their lives, they don't have the experience, they don't have the knowledge, and they're getting all the good stuff. And you can't figure it out. I see the frustration posted on the internet all the time. May not be the best strategy, right? I want to give you this 2-hour audio recording. It's going to, like I said, it's going to change your perspective. You're going to be able to kind of break through, because you know it's a mindset thing. You know you can do it. If they can do it, you can do it. But I tell you, it's been a 14-year journey. I want to help you make those shifts. All right, so that's going to be available to you. Let me know. Send me an email at skip@skiplacour.com if you're one of these highly decorated, very accomplished fitness professional who wants more. You know you should get more. You can't crack the code. Why some of these less accomplished guys, younger, they don't have the experience, they certainly haven't changed their lives, their body, they don't have the trophies, why they're able to get so much. All right, so that's just something. Now again, that's not my focus of what I do. I want to give you some clues on how to get to that next level. Right. I want to draw your attention to skiplacour.com/gift. You may have heard me say this 1, 10, or 10,000 times. I want you to get this free gift for me. It's an 11-hour course. It really ties in with this whole, growth process, that mindset, game-changing shift. Go to skiplacour.com/gift and get your free course. Fill out the questionnaire. That's how I ended up talking to Tom a couple times, because he really left it all on the floor when he filled out this questionnaire at skiplacour.com/gift. I just saw the passion and determination. I just reached out to him, right? And we had these couple conversations. So fill out that questionnaire, get your free gift. You get instant access, lifetime access into this beautiful members-only website, this 11-hour course, audio seminar course. It's divided into 6 different sessions. There are workbooks and videos that go along with it. It's a step-by-step to more certainty, more control, more imagination, more of a vision of your life, so you can get to work, all right, and make those things happen. It'll take you through an 11-hour step-by-step. If you've admired if you've admired what I've accomplished over these years, and not just that, how I reinvented myself and kept on evolving and still have this passion at my age, still at it, still looking good, still adding to it, then you want to make sure, if you respect me for my muscles and those things that you've seen me accomplish and what I continue to do, I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom here, the clues, right? Absolutely free. Go to skiplacour.com/gift, fill out that questionnaire, get this audio seminar course. Big part of my transformation, my manformation. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men have bought this. They paid money for this course. I want to give it to you for free. And James talked about he loves this motivation. It will build upon everything that, as I come to you and pace you, and we just connect, and you just see me, and we talk about your life this way. It will enhance everything that you've learned, this foundation from this course, the mindset and actions of a powerful alpha male leader. James, I want you to make sure that you go to skiplacour.com/gift. I want you to get this. I know where you're at. I know where you're going. I know you're a really passion-driven guy. I want to help you get to your goal sooner. And really, everyone who's watching me on this live broadcast, whether you're watching me live on a replay version, it doesn't matter. Hello, Michael. At 40 or 50, you are running out of time. That is so true. That is so true. And that kind of sad in a way, but I'll tell you, sometimes we need that sense of angst. We need that sense of urgency and pain. When I think of, Michael, that's so true, that when you're 40 or 50, you start really thinking about that, and it kicks you in the butt to really leave it all on the floor. I think about, when my kids are 40, my little kids are 40 and 50, I'm not going to be around. And that's kind of sad when I think about it, but it just makes me love them, hug them, hold me, just leave it all on the floor, because I know I don't have that time that you talked about. So I use that as I don't try to put off that pain, I just deal with it. And it kind of ties into what I kind of said at the beginning of this broadcast, is why I'm so committed to still provide tremendous value to you, to still make a difference in your life, and never leave my home at the same time, for a lot of those reasons too. Michael, you know what, Michael? I'll tell you, that kind of reminds me of something, and I've been thinking about this for a few days, and I think it's something really important. But I'm going to just talk about it, and I might do a separate broadcast of it too. But I wonder, do you listen to music? Do you listen to music? All right. And I'll tell you why I don't listen to music. All right? You're thinking, what are you talking about? Music makes the world go round. Right? There's a reason why, and it kind of ties into what you're talking about, Michael. Let me tell you something that, as you may know, you may have never really thought about it, but entertainers get paid ridiculous amounts of money. All right? And you're thinking, just learn how to play a guitar and sing. It's so much more than that. It's because their words, the music, it really changes our nervous system, our brain waves. It really links us emotionally. All right, if I told you, tell me the song with your first girlfriend that you had many, many years ago, it doesn't matter. What was the song that was playing at that time? You would know. Any very exciting part of life, if you're a competitor, and James and Michael, you would certainly understand this, is that you can timestamp your entire life by which contest, posing music, what was going on in your life, by the music that plays, whether you randomly listen to it on the internet, radio, whatever, YouTube or whatever, right? Music is that powerful. And you're saying, yeah, Skip, I get it. That's why I love music. It's that powerful. I go on an emotional ride. I get that. And you might say, when you think back on the music, you'll say, well, that reminds me of great times, right? I love going back in time. But I want you to just think about this. Think about this with music, because, see, the whole thing about your life is reality. reality is just your imagination. There's no such thing as reality, right? Michael brought up a great point. He said, when you think about time's running out, you look at life totally differently, right? Okay? Something just like that. Maybe you find out that your best friend, this happened to me just a few months ago, that one of my buddies died. I mean, like I said, I don't cry that much, and I'm not saying that's a great thing, but I just remember just crying uncontrollably, And my wife, I was in my next office over there. My wife happened to come in, and she was there to comfort me, and that doesn't really happen a lot. And it wasn't so much that Maddie died. I got a lot of funny stories that I spent with Maddie. Actually, in my first book, Thinking Big, I did a little quote, because Maddie used to say, "Don't say, do," because our friend Tony used to always talk. And Maddie was a quiet guy. And he just was so sick of Tony talking about what he was going to do, he just said, this quiet guy just said, "Don't say, do." So that was a quote in my book, Thinking Big. Right? Well, Maddie died. And, I haven't even seen Maddie in a long time, and it triggers back, the feelings of those times in my life. But it really made me think about my own mortality. Now, I know if you're a young guy, you're thinking, "Hey, old man, I'm gonna get everything I want out of life when I'm an old man like you at 55. I'm gonna go off to pasture. I'm kind of a little surprised, Skip, you have so much energy. I thought I was gonna be dead at 55. I'm gonna get it all in. I'm not gonna be like you. I got plenty of time." And I get that, but it comes a lot faster than you think. Right? And the point that I'm trying to make is that when you listen to music, you are anchored into feelings and emotions. And I'll tell you this, you may think, well, that reminds me of great times, but I'll tell you, there is no time in your life that was all great. I mean, if anything, I just was listening to a song I was on. What really made me think about this topic is that I was on Instagram, and it had this song, and it was back in the 90s. And that's when my life totally changed. I went from that grocery store job, and I won my first contest, and I went on this journey that has me here. That's almost 30 years ago, right? And I remember that song. It was by Tony. It Never Rains in Southern California. And I made the mistake of reminding myself of why I don't listen to music. I know it's programming. If you guys see me train in the gym, I saw me do that neuro-linguistic programming, anchoring my body to power and strength. Well, I control that. There's a lot of things I do through my day that gets me fired up. It's a planned thing. I don't just let music or people or whatever. I control my own mindset. I do my best to control my own thoughts. I'm not going to just turn on music and randomly link me to painful times like good times, because you know what? Those were good times. Those were good times, right? But when I finished listening to it, I said, man, where did these 28 years go? Do I have 28 years left? So whatever high I got out of that, it just made me nostalgic. You've heard the term nostalgic. Somebody look that up, what the term nostalgic. You know what it means? Let me look this up real quick. Nostalgic means pain, right? You feel that pain in your heart, right? I don't care if you're remembering some good time, right? Somebody look that up. Cut and paste the meaning of nostalgia for me, right? You feel that pain. It is pain. That lump in your throat, you feel it right in here. You're remembering, and it's not just good times. You're letting that music anchor you, dictate your feelings. I was thinking, how long did it control me, right? You guys might have watched where I posted the 1994 Mr. Universe in Guam, right? Did you see me post that? I had to watch that a couple times, and that took me back. And I'll tell you, there was a lot of great times. I worked I didn't even appreciate how hard I worked on that routine. It took me back to 1994. Those weren't good times in my life. They had a good outcome now, and like I always tell you guys, everything in life can and will serve you in some way, shape, or form. It's just a matter of time before you realize it. Man, those weren't good times. Lonely, I was in that one-bedroom apartment and stuff. You guys see that on stage. I left it all on the floor, right? So that song could link me to good times, but it makes me think, damn, man, life was pretty tough. I would have never thought about that. I would be thinking about my kids, thinking forward. So I don't let music control me, right? You don't need to think about that girl you used to go out with, because I'll tell you, oh, wow, it was so great, my first love, right? But that ended, right? Whether she went out with your best friend or whatever, something bad, it ended up, right? Every good time, you're not there anymore, right? You don't want music programming you. Guys use music in the gym, and I get that. Yeah, but you got to hit that right song. And everything isn't a 10 or a 0, right? So you get a good rock song or whatever you're into, right? You're depending on the music that you're wired for peak performance, right? Sometimes it may be better than others. It's a 10 or it's a 9. What are you going to do, sit around waiting for the right music? Do you even know what the right music is? I'll tell you, if you're going to do that, have a specific playlist that you have really thought about that only wires you to power in good times, if that's even possible, right? But you don't just want music just to be bouncing you around. Life's tough enough as it is, right? That's why you're here with me with this manformation, right? So we can control our minds to get the most out of our willpower, focus, energy, and time. You don't want music controlling, taking over. So Michael says, true story, as part of my duties, I work with Renew Club memberships. Tonight, I had a gentleman by the name of Harold Renew. What was different about Harold is that I noticed his date of birth was 1928. I asked him how many years he wanted to renew for. Without hesitation, he said 5 years, which is our maximum. Harold showed why 90 and not out and there. Well done, Harold. Cheers. Well, awesome. Caesar says, Freud despised music. I did not know that. Alex is 53. And then Alex says, exactly, I don't know exactly why. Alex says, exactly, so I'm not getting your comments in real time. I wish I could get all your comments. I see I'm missing a lot of comments. This is what makes it even more worth my time, is when I can actually interact and respond to our virtual conversations here. Let me see if I can pull up some more. You guys have any comments? Did I get you thinking about some things? You don't need to be thinking about that old girlfriend that isn't around. She wasn't all that great anyway. You don't need to have that nostalgia. You're not there anymore. Let's look forward, right? You don't need to be dragged back to good times, bad times, or whatever, be whipped around. You need to take control. What do you guys think about that, about listening to music, right? Do you ever think about that, right? You can disagree with me if you like. That's okay. So James says, in my knowledge, thank you so much, James. I want to give it to you. I went through all this pain as well as all my victories. Man, I don't want to just leave it here. I want to share with you guys. The chances are great because, kind of little, I love this time talking to you, right? So I was talking to a client that I have, and actually he just did a contest in Australia. Michael, and he's doing, I guess this weekend is the Arnold qualifier, and then the next week is Arnold. So he's doing 3 different contests in a week. And he was saying, this bodybuilding, this competing, it's so hard on the rest of your life. And I certainly, understand that feeling. Right? While I was competing and winning, it was paying a toll on my life. But one thing I said that I know from this vantage point now, and working with so many, going through the journey myself and being one of us and talking to so many men, it's not the competing. Yes, that's hard. I mean, to look this way right now, I got family and other responsibilities, you and everything. I'm not saying I can win a bodybuilding contest with this amount of effort, but it isn't like this is zero effort, right? And I told him, I said, you know what? it's not the competing, although that's demanding. That's not what kind of challenges you in life. You know what challenges you, us competitors and hardcore, and it's not just competitors, it's all template thinkers. This could go for people in the military who are religious and also get degree after degree after degree into their 40s, and they still don't know what they're going to necessarily do with it. We're a certain breed of thinking. It's not the competing that taxes our life, even though it's challenging. This is what I've learned, so here's some big brother perspective. You know what it is? It's the storm that is going in on our head that probably started a lot earlier in life that makes the whole discipline and dedication of bodybuilding that we would even compete. That's what the challenge is that's challenging the rest of our lives. And I'll kind of say that again in a different way, right? We're a different breed because other people we don't necessarily understand because it's so normal to us. When they have challenges, they don't do gym therapy. They don't seclude themselves going on some journey, preparing meals, eating every 2 hours, this one-on-one journey that doesn't depend on other people. Most people, they want to connect and shoot the shit with other people and talk about their neighbor and just connect. Forget about the subject matter. We're going, why are you wasting your time talking about that? We're on a mission. See, that clears the chatter in our head, right? Other people want to connect. We're more comfortable disconnecting. So it's that type of storm we have inside that it really helps us be more disciplined, more focused. We're more willing to dot every I and cross every T where other people can't because they're so worried about their neighbor or what other people are thinking or having to connect or lay in bed on a Saturday. We don't have that gene. We're missing that gene. Sometimes we want it, but we're not dependent on them. See, that's what makes us great at this. That's why people respect us. That's why we're going, why can't you do it? Geez, just how bad do you want it? What's your excuse? See, we don't understand. We have a certain different brain chemistry, different events that happen. So it's not the competing that challenge those other areas. It's that we're the type of people that whole competing lifestyle is attractive to. I know I'm talking about some heavy stuff here today. You thought I was just going to come on here and just say, hey, what's up? Maybe show a couple muscle shots. I'm full of this stuff, guys. I'm full of this stuff. My 55 years on the planet, I've really pushed myself to understand a lot of things. I want to share it with you, right? Now, I know I'm probably boring the hell out of the guys who just want to know, just want to see a bicep or what's the right way to do a preacher curl or whatever, or do supersets. Do they work? I know I'm boring the hell out of them. Right? But I got to bring my unique gift to the world, right? And those of you who appreciate it will appreciate it. And I will, like I said, I will have the muscle shots for all the other guys. Let's see here. You guys have any questions, any comments? Am I stimulating any thought? Right? Am I the only person who thinks about this stuff? Hello, Ronald. Good to have you here. Spot on about being different to others. Well, Michael, you would definitely know. And you laugh. What? Ha 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 ha. Something's hitting home with you. What exactly is that, Michael? Man, I'll tell you. Look, if you're a fitness guy, you're one of the highly decorated fitness guys. You know my mindset. I've described a lot of things. Please share this with your other meathead, highly decorated fitness guy. Right? They need to hear this kind of stuff. I need to get it out. Right? A lot of stuff in this. All right, guys. Well, let's see. If you don't have any questions, this is your chance here. I want to hear your comments. You can post them down below. I know a lot of the driven, ambitious men who are attracted to this kind of stuff watch it on the replay version. Make sure you post your questions and comments down below. If you want to, I kind of just thought of some stuff right off the top of my head. If you want me to get into more depth about it, maybe you want to talk to me about it. Like I said, if some of this hits home with you, right? I want to make myself available because right now I'm talking abstract stuff that may hit or miss. I'll spend 10 minutes on the phone talking to you about this kind of stuff, right? Just got to reach out. Let me give you that phone number, right? This takes you to a Google number, right, where you can call me, leave a message. I can call you back. I can talk to you anywhere in the world. 213-973 8790, right? 213-973-8790. I'll talk to you for 10 minutes or so. All right, guys. Hey, make sure you're on all my social media platforms. Got a lot of stuff, and they're all a little different if you've been around social media. I tend to lean towards and have a steady stream of consciousness on Facebook for whatever reason. But I'm on YouTube too. That's at Skip LaCour. Instagram, Skip LaCour. Twitter, Skip LaCour. Periscope, Skip LaCour. Not too much on Snapchat, but just go ahead. I can always do that. That's at Skip LaCour. And then Skip LaCour page here on Facebook. All right, so make sure you're on my all my social media platforms. Go ahead and press your comments, your questions, your suggestions down below. I want to know what's going on with you. I want to know how to serve you best. Also, make sure you go to skiplacour.com/gift. Get your free manformation course. I got a lot of stuff to share with you about a lot of different aspects of life. Let me help you speed up the process. Make sure you go to skiplacour.com/gift and get access to this course. It's also the foundation to everything I do here. All right, guys. This was fun. I hope you had half as much fun as I did. Didn't know what I was going to talk about. I'm glad I spent this time with you. I hope you got something out of it. So have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger than getting bigger.